Lego.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the 45th episode of PandTha Talks.
45th? I think you said
Yeah.
that backwards.
54th?
Yeah, there's no way it's 45.
I don't know. Let me check.
We've been over a year now.
Yeah, it's got to be. 50.
I think.
54th, yeah.
Yeah, you said it backwards.
No, 55th.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Sorry, my partner's laughing at me. I'm dreadful with numbers, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, 55 episodes. Mental.
Can we get a double confirmation? What episode is this?
55. 100% it's 55. I checked. So, this week we do have kind of a bit of a interesting episode. So first off, we'll be discussing Palworld and its current player count, as well as how it's holding up.
Yeah,
I think
more of just a quick update, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it's like 2-3 weeks in now, so quick update, definitely worth doing. Then we'll be moving on to Ubisoft's Skull and Bones. There's been quite a bit of backlash on regards to pricing and also the open beta released, which I got to sit down and play, so we can discuss some of that. Then we have a quick comparison between the Batman Arkham series and the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game, as in player count.
It did kill the Justice League, didn't it?
Next, we'll have an article going over a Twitch star, Cenat, who smashed his gaming setup after losing £240,000 to 21 Savage.
What?
And finally, Disney's epic investment answers the should we be in gaming question. I think we all know the answer to that one.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get right into this.
Yes,
First
sir.
off, as always, I will share my screen for Will, so that way he's not sat there going, huh? What? Where? What?
Twiddling my thumbs, you know.
Oh yeah, my favourite thing to do that, mate. Just sit twiddling my thumbs. It's good fun.
Not sure what to take from that, but okay.
Ah, here we are. There we go. I've just allowed sharing of audio as well, so I don't need to switch application.
Nice.
I'm sharing for you.
Perfect.
So, starting off with Palworld. Now, I saw some posts online just earlier today about Palworld saying, oh, the game, the amount of players has dropped drastically. But if you actually look at the player count, 3 weeks in, and this is considering there is no concrete end game yet, because it's still early access, 751,000 players still playing on Steam alone.
Yep.
That is absolutely insane.
Just a small number, you know?
Oh yeah, in comparison to, let's see, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Ooh, what are they? Yeah, I don't even want to know what they're sitting at, actually. It's such a disappointment.
I don't think I can tell you. Let me check. I saw it for a second, then it disappeared. There it is. There is no game count, but I can tell you it's at 33.03% positive. Oh, sorry, 31.8% positive.
Damn, that's rough.
Yup. So, yeah. Just take that into account, people. So, shall we move on to the next bit?
Yes.
Ubisoft's Skull and Bones. So, there's quite a lot that we'll discuss regarding this game, but I need to nail this point in first. Because Ubisoft's CEO is arguing the fact that Skull and Bones is apparently a quadruple A game. You know, the thing that we don't have yet. They don't exist. We have AAA, we have indie, and we have like small dev. We do not have quadruple A. It doesn't exist.
It's just literally not a thing.
Yeah, but that's how they're trying to justify the $70 price tag. Now,
I guess we'll get a good look on how good it actually is, because when you hear AAA, I'm guessing your first thought would also be, oh, surely it's going to be like exceedingly good. You know, they've got a huge company and a huge budget behind them. Theoretically speaking, this is going to be a really good game.
yeah, realistically. Now, what I'm going to do is, now that I've actually nailed this point home of this is what he believes, I'm not going to read through the rest of the article yet. I want to take you to some footage we have of the game. And the reason I want to do this is because we can return to this article at the end and just see if it hits any of the criteria. That way, we both have a visual view, so we're able to see and actually contrast our views to what he's saying.
Yeah, we're not just having to go off of what he's told us. We're going to actually have some footage here
Exactly.
to compare it all. And I can already get the feeling, just from Roy's tone of voice, that he's going to enjoy this one.
Oh, I am. So, this is the Skull and Bones footage I got together. It's a bit grainy. I do apologise for that. There wasn't much I could do. As you can tell, though, graphically, it's quite nice. It does look like a nice game.
Very crowded in terms of like just objects in general.
Oh, mate, this is just one of the many hubs, and honestly, you can't do much here.
Yeah,
So,
like I saw like 3 icons there, but there's just like so much just junk everywhere.
yeah. So, this is the map of the hub. You've got many hubs that you can go to. This is the main one where you start off the game. Now, you can see the different icons, so there's cooking spots. We'll get into all this later because I do actually go into each of these sections just to kind of show you what they are. The only annoying thing is, these 2 sections here didn't work when I next went into them, but they're basically just mission posts. This one here will give you missions for like, go and take out a target, get their supplies and come back, or find so much of an item, collect it, take it to another location. And this one's just a bounty, so go execute XYZ person. Make sure you're
Very-
this level.
Very basic quests then.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as you could... Oh, sorry. That went forward a few seconds quicker than I anticipated. There we go. So, these little symbols here are all the different locations you can head to. As you can see, there are multiple of these cooking locations. There's a cosmetic station, place to set sail from, commodities merchant. This person will stock you up on like cannonballs and that sort of thing. This is warehouse, and that's a mail shop. Complete certain activities, they'll send you rewards, that sort of shit. As I said, we will get into this further, but just a quick thing. That's the cargo that is on my ship currently. As you can see, I have a rammer, Bidar, which is the second ship you get, realistically, because the first one you get is basically just a little rowboat. No word of a lie. And your first defense?
It's like you instantly made me think of the first Pirates of the Caribbean where he pulls up in a rowboat.
Yeah, basically. You have that, and you basically... The only way you can defend yourself is there's, like, sharks and stuff around, so you just gotta throw spears at them. It was an interesting way to teach me the mechanics, I'll be honest. Because they put you into, like, this really powerful ship to start with in the tutorial, and you kick ass, and then it gets blown up, and you get pulled out of the water, and the make your own character system is you looking into a puddle. And then you pull that off the puddle into a little rowboat and take it to land. Off you go from there.
Interesting.
It wasn't a bad tutorial, I'll give it that. The way you play the game is very basic. But you will see that shortly. I ended up stopping here. I think I just found something out. I think I just told something to her. So, you'll see if I go to the carpenter here.
Good day for woodwork. Can my tools make you any...
The voice actors aren't bad. I've got to give it to them. I don't hate the voice acting. It fits pretty well. I can't complain. So, as you saw there, I had two possible options. I can buy and sell, or I can craft. Now, when we go to crafting, the carpenter can help me craft new tools. There's a couple of ways to get these components. Destroy the ships and steal from them, or board them and take the stuff. Or you can just find them floating around in the water and loot them.
So we're just playing Raft?
That'd be nice if it wasn't simply, oh, I see I'm just looking in a general direction and there happens to be a broken plank out there. Just press F. That's it.
What? Wait, what?
Seriously. You'll see it in a bit. These tools as well, the sickle, saw, pickaxe, etc. Basically, you'll find on islands, on the edge of islands, sorry, I need to specify this, you'll see that there are resources. You go near them and there's a little mini game where you've got to press the button at the right time in the right space. You fail 3 times, it stops. You succeed, you get more resources each time. And each of these is useful for getting a specific one. You can probably already tell that this makes it kind of boring.
Yeah.
As you can see, I was able to craft a hunting spear upgrade. This only works in the rowboat, so I'll have to take it out, the rowboat out for a bit. But yeah, you can see that there's certain things I can do, other things that I can't. Buy and sell. So each of the traders out there have different blueprints that they will buy from, that you can buy from them. Those blueprints allow you to craft more or new stuff within them. This is the blacksmith. He will sort out a lot of your, let's say, cannons, weapons, that sort of thing. And just to give you the heads up, no, there is not any muskets that you can use yourself or swords.
Wait, what?
This is the most that you do in character. Seriously. This is now the ship. So, this is what you'll be spending 98% of your time doing. You can choose what weapons you put where on 3 separate sections of your ship. You've got armor, furniture, which do different things. As you can see, that one there increases damage from ramming by 25%. So, of course, I added that.
For what, having a little table?
Yes, I know, right? Makes a lot of sense. Repair your ship. You can fast travel to different locations you've unlocked. I've not unlocked very much, as you could see. And then I just set sail. Honestly, I spent so long in loading screens.
No, not one of these.
Because you go into a loading screen to go to sea. You go into a loading screen to dock. But you'll actually be able to see some footage now of the actual game. Because this is all we really spend this time doing now.
You just have 2 guys in every cannon.
Yep, the whole time.
Seems a little overkill.
So, you have, if you look in the bottom right corner here, you can see you have W and S. You've got 3 possible options for speed. Your first one is just basically moving ahead, your anchor's up, that's it. Second one is where you put the sails up, but you don't like cut them so that it's easier. It's still moving, but it's not as fast. And then your final one is where you have someone holding on to the ropes that hold the sails to keep them at the fastest speed. And you see the little arrow next to the number 12? That's showing where the wind is facing. So the boat is getting pushed due to the wind.
Okay.
This is your spy scope, spyglass, and you basically spend so long just fucking searching, seeing what's out there. I can tell you from that, I spot a ship. Once it's scanned through, I can see what kind of ship it is, what section, what group it works for, what armor it is, the loot it has on it, and what infamy I can gain from defeating it. I think I just went, fuck it. There's a ship, I can show off the combat, let's do that. I did. So,
didn't we review some footage for this game?
We
like early game
did.
footage a while ago.
We did
I'm starting
indeed.
to remember.
And you can probably remember us saying the combat doesn't look very good. Now,
I'm guessing it's not very good.
it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be, mainly on the aspect of, as you can see, when I hold down right click, it immediately goes to the front cannons. Now, as I move my mouse around the screen, it will then proceed to move what side of the ship I'm on. So the right ship, forwards or left. It's constantly aimed, so you'll see it very shortly. Firing, you want to aim for the red points typically, but as you can see, I'm using the front guns, now I'm using the side guns. It's very quick and easy to use, but there's just not much to it.
No, it's literally just point and click.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you a bit more about why this game is so fucking basic. As you can see, I'm trying to do a crew boarding. That dickhead, I think, just stole the kill in the end. Yeah, he did. But I can just loot. There we go. You get more loot if you board it.
Deal more damage. Oh.
But if you can just sink it, and that'll happen too. But I'll explain now why this game is so fucking basic on the get-go. There are different types of ships. You've got tank ships, you've got support ships, and you've got damage ships. It expects you to group up with friends. That is what's expected.
They're not thinking about people who play solo.
No, exactly. I refused any grouping. As you can see as well in the top right corner, I do have a... Oh, thank you for that. Notoriety with the sea people, because you can see their little flag there. That's because I destroyed one. That's what they're called. You'll just hear them randomly shout. Yeah. You'll hear the AI randomly shout, "It's the sea people!" Of course it's the fucking sea people, okay. The above just shows basically they're detecting me.
I don't like how there's actual red points. You should
Yeah.
have to learn what there should be like main types of ships that you should have to learn.
Yeah.
And you'll learn where things are on them that are vulnerable to hit, like where they would store ammo and stuff like that, or any kind of explosives.
I fully agree.
So is there any other combat to this game other than this?
No.
Actually, this is all the combat is.
This is the combat.
That way gets so boring.
Yeah. Now, there are different types of cannons. As you've noticed, my front cannon shoots a lot further. My side cannons, I switched out for ones that are more powerful, but don't shoot as far. So I'm going to be close range. Then you've got stuff that are like mortars and all that sort of shit. And obviously, as you can see in the bottom left corner, I have a health bar, a level, and also this little left control wheel. The left control wheel, if you see on the left side of it, you can see that there's a little box. Oh, this is the minigame for harvesting.
You're joking.
No, this is the same for everything.
It is
every material.
That's so boring and so crap.
Tedious. Yeah.
Oh.
Just repetitive clicking. You'll see again, just to prove it, I decided to do oh, that was the looting as well. Random torn sail I found. Same mechanic. And just loot all. You can see at the bottom as well, I have a stamina bar and how much, basically, crap I've got on board. So I need to manage how much cargo I've got. It'll slow me down.
Ship has a stamina bar.
Oh, no, that's for the people. Do you remember I said if I go to the top speed, they have to hold onto the ropes to keep it at that speed?
It's so dumb.
It's realistic, but when you play games like Sea of Thieves... I'll be
You
honest.
need someone holding on to it.
Exactly, you just change what way the sails are to go into the wind, so that it
Yeah.
catches the most amount of wind. This game, all it made me want to do, oh yeah, as you can see, you can buy and sell to these different vendors and islands. Anyways, all this game made me want to do is go down and play more Sea of Thieves. You can also plunder these outposts. As you can see, I'm about to do that. Whatever I saw through my spyglass, I think it was fine jute, is what I'd get from them. I decided I couldn't be asked because rather than give me ships to defeat, it gave me that fucking outpost building. Which you'll see in a second.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's the thing that it wanted me to defeat. At the top of the screen is what they want you to defeat. But you can also see how much damage I'm doing in comparison.
Yeah, you're gonna be sat there for ages.
Which is why I said fuck that and moved on.
It's a wooden structure and you're sending cannonballs at it.
Yeah.
That just doesn't add up.
But if you look at the damage it's doing to me with just those little wooden spears.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. And that's the healing. Instant. I got
What did you
loads.
do to heal?
I left control on the left side. I'll just quickly refresh that by 10 seconds. I click that button.
I looked down for like a tenth of a second.
1 second.
Missed the healing.
I'm about to do it as I turn away now. So I press left control, and then I just click that button. That's it.
That's it. What does that use
I just
up?
need repair kits. I can buy them, or I can craft them, or I can loot them off other ships. Also, there's bracing. I did forget about bracing. I don't use it very often. Bracing basically just knocks down the amount of damage it can do to your ship if you press it in time.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah, I know, right?
If your crew had health, it would stop them from being sent flying forwards when you hit something.
Also,
but like for the ship itself, that just doesn't make sense.
You know how in like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I don't know if you ever played it, but that was like the main pirate game for a long time. Because it did it really well. Well, when that happened, they showed you like trying to get more crew members and things like that. I went from a little fucking rowboat to this ship, and all of a sudden I had all this crew. They've never questioned me. I have a large crew now.
Honestly, if the way they were going to do this, it would have been better to have it where you have to like acquire a larger crew, and then you would be able to do more things at once, like having people repair the ship, having more people man the cannons, having someone control the sail for you, instead of just instantly like having all this. Make it actually in depth instead of just here you go, here's the ship, go spam left click on some other ships and some outposts, and that's the game.
Exactly. Now I'm trying to find a moment where I can show you clearly where these like planks are. Oh, just here. I know it's a bit blurry.
Oh,
but
and you do really just press F and that's it.
Press F,
it magically suck it in your inventory.
Yeah. This is the entire basic game. So, I don't know if I pull up the... Oh, yeah. As you can see just there on the map. If I scroll in. Here you go. So you can see kind of what resources are where and where I can find them. So I'd have to come out with a rowboat up here if I wanted to get these hammerhead sharks. The rest of it I can just pick up, as you saw, in a really dumb manner. By just playing the same game repeatedly.
That makes no sense. Like the sharks, you can have harpoon guns on the ship, and it like could pull you into like a first-person view where you're holding the harpoon gun that's attached to the ship and shooting the shark.
Thank you for reminding me. There is a first person.
For looting the resources, you could have like you need another crew member to do that, and he sits there with a hook and throws a hook out to grab you. You have to like hold the ship there for a second, literally just like a second or two for him to grab it, and then you can move on again. It's not something that wastes like a ton of time or is tedious. You just stop for a second, hit a button, watch a crew member throw a hook off, and there you go.
Now, Will, don't talk logic to this game.
Instead of just pressing F.
Right, apparently I decided that's enough of the combat shern. No point. I showed pretty much the harvesting, the combat, plundering, and you can kind of understand that, yes, you have to collect resources and take them to other locations or defeat other ships. I don't think that needs explaining. That seems self-evident to anyone.
Yeah,
So
that's all the combat there is to it as well. Like, what's the point of showing more?
exactly. So what I decided to do was come back to the island, which, as you can tell, takes a bit.
Yeah.
Well, let's skip 30 seconds ahead. Oh, I'm in. So, 10 seconds back, and I'm still... There you go.
Like me, and you don't have a slow rig or anything. Like
No.
you've got top specs,
I do.
and it's taking you what 45-second loading screens.
Well, the reason for that, I believe, is because I'm running it on a HDD, which they do not recommend, but Ubisoft do not have recommended spec pages like Steam does. Yeah, as you can see, these weren't open this time when I came back. This is why I tried to show it. Commodity Trader. The little icon above her head means that I've got an available contract. As you can see here, those are the rewards I would get. The chests have random things in them. The thing second to the right is a piece of furniture that would do something for my ship.
That
That's
makes
pretty
no
much
sense.
it. Yeah. And the buy and sell page. Different locations have different amounts of value and they can go up and down dependent on the day and time. So I could sell that now and it'll be at a loss in comparison to what I could sell it at a different trader.
So
I
it's
just want to get rid of it.
depending on if you're there at the right time, just to get it for a better price. There's
Yeah.
nothing actually to it.
Exactly. Be there at the right time or go to a different location at the right time. So, the shipwright. This is where I get to show you what I was on about earlier. So I can craft, manage, or buy and sell. As you can see, this is a defender ship, also known as a tank type ship. You can see the perks. This is a support ship, smaller, cutter class, a sentinel, and the perk on that. You can see there's many different types, DPS ones as well. It's expected to build a group. So this is my current ship, and this is my little rowboat next to it. I wonder if I do switch to it. Oh, I didn't show it off properly. Yeah, my little rowboat. When you go to the buy section, you've got a premium currency, and then you've got a regular currency. As with all these kinds of games. As you know yourself, Will, this happens all too often. Finally, the blacksmith. I think I'm finally going to show off the what's actually in these. Here we are. So as you can see, there are many different kinds of weapons, but as you saw yourself, Will, it's pretty much what does the most damage and what's going to be the best. That's it.
Yeah, and you don't even like properly use them yourself.
No. So what's the point? Like, I have a culverin one, which is the ones that I had at the front, and then the demi cannons I have on the sides because I can get closer on the sides. Bombards, long guns, and torpedoes, rockets and ballistas and seafires, armor, and then you also have to craft yourself your munition, or you can buy them, your call, or find them actually. If I go into buy and sell, which I think I do in a second, I think I was responding to someone at this point. You can see I could get basically more cannons and cannonballs and shit.
It's probably when you were messaging me back, actually.
I think it would have been. Refinery!
What do you have to refine?
So, refinery. If I have, let's say, a type of wood or a type of, or jute, just plain stuff, not refined and not turned into good stuff, or bog iron, I can turn acacia wood into acacia planks, which are needed to craft more stuff. As you can see, it can take hours depending on how much root you have. And you'd have to either wait or just leave it there. I have 2 idle workers by default, so I can refine 2 things simultaneously. Moving to another location, I think I was looking for something else. These different areas, I was exploring this as I was recording because I'd never actually checked it out fully. And you can probably tell there really wasn't much to find. There were locations that looked like they were ready or getting prepared to sort of have people occupy it, but there was nothing there yet. This is one of them. It's either I didn't get to the right mission within the 3 days I had, or there's nothing there yet. I couldn't tell you which.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff just everywhere, but not really a whole lot you can do with any of it. And then any of the people you do talk to are just sort of standing there waiting for you to approach. They don't do anything.
Yep. That about
They
sums
don't
it
like
up, mate.
they don't walk away from the counter and idle hammers on a forge or something. They're
No.
just standing there waiting.
Welcome to Mako Lacey's provision shop, Skipper. Buy or sell food, I'm your lass. But you ever try to swindle me, I'll
As you can
bite your
see,
head off like a maple
blueprints,
shark.
food,
Otherwise,
repair kits,
I'm a bucket
ammunition.
No better hawker than Mako Lacey.
And next, obviously the location that they care about the most. Which, by the way, yes, I have to go through a loading screen to get in here. Then speak to her, which can be another loading screen. Then finish the conversation, close it off, and then leave through a loading screen to get back to the hub.
So this is all your loading, and it took that long.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
I'm loading just talking to her now.
Bro, what?
Yeah, this is all genuine loading screens.
You walk like you own this
No
boat.
way.
This is running on a HDD, to be fair to it, but
Even
Half an
even
hour.
at that, the last 15 seconds that you went through, you had to load all that, and it took that long.
yeah.
It's a bit overkill.
Oh, massively. Once again, loading screen. That's just to exit back to this menu.
Come back
Leave
to
that
have more
instant
fun.
load, thank fuck. And then exit. And I think that's another loading screen.
It's
Yep.
crazy.
Still loading. Still loading.
That's wild.
Still going. Fucking hell. This is longer than I thought it was. I just kind of spent time looking away at my phone. So, next, the
One
warehouses.
of the survivors from the shipwreck. Your situation must have improved if you
As you can see, basic system. Sum it up. You've got cargo slots in your ship. You've got cargo slots in a warehouse. Transfer what's not important to the warehouse. The only annoying part that I found, you cannot refine or use the materials in your warehouse even when you're at a location that has the warehouse at it. So, for example, that fine jute and acacia planks that you see there, I could not utilize them even if I wanted to craft something, unless I moved them to my ship.
What's the point of having the warehouse then?
Exactly my point.
the storage space.
And the mailbox is simply just there for if you get any mail. And at this point, I went, screw that, and just wanted to show this. The voice chat system, or at least that's what they're saying it is. So the text and voice chat wouldn't work day one. I loaded up and I kept getting errors popping up for the connection. Then proceeded to load up the second day, and as I sent to Will, this popped up. Which was a delightful situation, because instead of me seeing constantly the same crap, which was error code XYZ, error code XYZ, this happened instead, which is easier to deal with.
Yeah. I mean,
But
overall, it seems like there's just not a lot going on in the game.
no, there isn't.
And this is what price again, Roy?
$70.
$70, so 60 to 65 pound.
Yeah.
And that's
Or
for the
possibly
base
70,
version.
dependent.
Yeah, and that's just for the base version. Wait until they release the deluxe version and stuff like that, where you get a specific ship that you can only get by getting the deluxe version.
Oh yeah,
That kind of ordeal that we're all far too familiar with.
but remember, Will, I took some photos loading up, which we haven't
Oh,
discussed
no.
yet either.
Uh-oh.
You remember me sending? You should remember me sending you these because I was kind of chuckling about it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, you should really avoid playing because a very small percentage of individuals may experience epileptic seizures. And tips for use of video games to reduce epileptic seizures and other health concerns. Consult your doctor before playing if you have serious medical conditions, if you are pregnant or elderly, or if you have an implanted medical device. Avoid playing when you are sick, tired, and/or under the influence of medicine or drugs. Keep your eyes as far away from the screen as possible. Do not use earphones at a high volume as hearing loss may occur. Play in a comfortable position to avoid numbness, stiffness, or other discomfort. Take regular breaks during play sessions. The length and frequency of necessary breaks may vary from one person to another. And stop playing if you are experiencing any discomfort. The only discomfort I felt was the price of the game compared to the actual gameplay.
Yeah, like going off those warnings, if you're a gamer, just don't play this game.
Yeah. And then we have this. This is one of the first things you've got to agree to before you can play. So there's 3 different things that it tells you. 1, play nice. Behind every avatar is a real person. I will keep cool and communicate with respect in victory and defeat alike.
Not that you can communicate, but who's
counting?
Yeah.
Play fair. My skills alone will take me to the top. I will play fairly and never cheat. And play safe.
Wish they'd put that message into Rust.
And finally, play safe. Create a safe ecosystem is everyone's responsibility. I will use safety features and report any inappropriate behavior. So I want to report this game because right at the within pretty much really close to the beginning, one of the guys turns around and says, "I have coins dripping out of my ass and people lining up to lick it." So, yeah. Should they really be caring so much about what people are saying?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
What's the age rating for this game? Because I
I'd
know
imagine
they're
18 plus.
Yeah, I know they're absolutely meaningless this day and age, but if it is 18, then should that not be just a clear warning that you're going to hear, not just from the game, but from people as well, just all kinds of words and language? Is that not how these things work?
Typically, yes.
That's what I would imagine, anyway.
Skull and Bones' age rating is mature 17 plus. The game has a PEGI 18 content rating and a skill rating of 12 plus year olds. I'm not being funny. If you have to be over 12 to play this game, I'd say you probably struggle with general controls and motor functions. So, now let's just run back to what this guy said. This is a quadruple A game, and that is the reason the $70 price tag is justified.
That's wild, that quadruple A. Would you have ever thought of the day, Rory?
I know, right? Skull and Bones is just over a week away from release, and barring any further delays, will be sailing the high seas on February 16th. Avoid it. With the game's upcoming release, it was a big part of Ubisoft's most recent conference call that discussed Ubisoft's Q3 sales for the fiscal year. In a Q&A session during the call, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot was asked how he could justify Skull and Bones' premium $70 price tag despite it having live service elements that would benefit from a free-to-play model. Which is very fucking true. You know, We have, let's see, premium currency, barely any gameplay, cosmetics out the ass.
Honestly, though, what like when you're talking about Skull and Bones and the gameplay, well, I say gameplay, the footage you just showed, what is considered gameplay? You're holding W and every now and then pressing right click and left click, and the odd time pressing F to loot a random floating bit of wood.
Yeah, and pressing R if they want to shoot at the ship with muskets or try and board it.
Like,
That's about it.
there's such little interaction. There's so little things to do. It's just,
Well,
I don't know.
obviously, it's them mini games, mate. You know, press left click within the green square. That's obviously worth $70 alone. The privilege of pressing left click in the green square of a Ubisoft game.
I'm gonna be blunt about it, mate. There is no game there.
No, there isn't. And do you want to know the saddest part about this? The introduction cutscene shows that nearly every Ubisoft studio worldwide worked on this game.
Jesus, man.
According to Guillemot, thanks to VGC, Skull and Bones will set you back a hefty $70 because it's a fully fledged game.
There's
Is it?
no game in there, man. I've seen mobile games that spam you with ads every 30 seconds have more content than this does.
Yeah, I mean, at least I can actually play the ads.
Yeah, the ads have more content.
Guillemot goes on to explain that Skull and Bones is a quadruple A game and says it will deliver in the long run. Once again, this is the problem with current gen gaming. Why are you releasing a game that isn't even finished just to fix it in the long run?
No, like fix bugs that were, let's be honest, anticipated to happen because you can't make a game perfectly. It just
No.
doesn't exist.
Fixing
But like to
is
add
fine.
maybe some content in the future, fixing any bugs that do end up showing up, stuff like that, sure. But you should we've discussed this so many times, and you should be releasing a game that's at the very least in good condition, and fixing any other things that might arise, any problems that might arise in the future.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be releasing it, having people play a completely broken game, and then saying, "Oh yeah, we'll fix that at some point."
Yeah. Honestly, I'm tempted to make a soundboard because the amount of times we have to repeat ourselves for fucking mainstream developers, and then we get something like fucking Palworld that comes out of nowhere with 9 people going, we don't really know how to make games, but we decided to add guns because Americans like shooting things, and it's done really well.
Quite literally. Honestly, like, you would be considering this is a quadruple A game. We should be expecting like high quality gameplay, little to no bugs, very involved developers, so on and so forth. Like we wouldn't be loading up the game like this and being like, oh, I played 10 minutes and I'm basically bored of the game.
Yeah, which is how I felt every time I played it.
Yeah. I can't blame you. There's nothing going on.
There isn't. Ubisoft is apparently approximately worth 4.5 billion. If all their games were like this, I could understand why. Well, actually, understand the opposite realistically, because they'd be bankrupt within the week. Given that the game isn't even out yet, we don't really know what Ubisoft's plans are for post-launch content, so whether the game will actually deliver remains to be seen. No, it won't. We just saw the fucking early access footage for the open beta. They fucked up badly.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't know if it's possible for him to like rectify this either.
No. I can't see it.
In the next what have we got? 8 days, is it? Less?
Yeah. It releases on the
days,
19th of Feb, and we're on the 11th.
Yeah, 8 days then. I
Sorry,
can't see how they
16th.
could
5 days.
16, yeah. 5. So in 5 days, I don't think there's any possibility of them adding an entire game into that game.
No. Funnily enough, Skull and Bones will actually be the first game from Ubisoft that will be priced at $70, which publishers have usually justified by claiming the The game with that increased price tag will be more ambitious as a result. Quite why Ubisoft has decided to do it with an infamous, very niche new IP instead of an Assassin's Creed of some kind is puzzling. Though not much about Skull and Bones development makes much sense from an outside perspective. We have the quote from him. It's a very big game, and we feel people will really see how vast and complete that game is. It's a really full quadruple A game that will deliver in the long run. So in the long run, not the short run. So don't expect anything good from it in the short term. Ubisoft will also probably be trying to get some of the cash that is spent during development, which reportedly cost around $200 million to make.
What did they make, though?
I don't know. The
There's
graphics
no
engine?
game there.
I think it must just be the graphics engine. Because that is the only part to the game that I felt was reasonable. I liked how the game looked. That was about it.
Like, we again, this is another thing we've discussed a lot. Graphics aren't everything.
No.
Look at how games began. You got like 4 pixels on your screen, and that's it.
Exactly. Look at fucking Pong. Or
Look at what?
Tetris, for that matter.
Oh, Pong.
Yeah, Pong and Tetris, man.
Yeah. Like, graphics aren't everything. Sure, they can make a game look absolutely phenomenal, but this is a perfect example. What's the point of having a really good looking game if there's no game there?
Exactly. It's already been reported that Ubisoft doesn't expect to make any profit on Skull and Bones, which isn't at all surprising given how long it's been in development, and that bloated budget could possibly be a reason for Ubisoft charging so much and refusing to go free to play, despite it probably being the best in the game's best interest.
What when did development for this game start?
Good question.
Because they're making me even more worried here, especially for Ubisoft's sake.
2013.
What?
11 years ago.
I'm speechless. I don't have anything to say about that.
No. 11 years this game's been in development, and they announced it in 2017 with a press conference and a playable demo.
Playable demo.
Yeah.
Can we get some insight to that? I'm sure there's got to be some videos up, right?
I'm hoping so.
Or was the video they used to show what the game showcasing the game, was that the playable demo? In which case nothing has changed.
Skull and Bones official gameplay. 2022.
Welcome to
Wait,
Skull
this
and
is what we
Bones.
watched.
Our game takes
Yeah.
place during the golden age of piracy. In a world
Weren't they
that's become the most
streaming? They
infamous
streamed it as well, didn't
after
they?
Yeah.
surviving a shipwreck, you begin activity where you can craft new ships and equipment. Any pirate worth their any challenge at sea,
Just
you
trying
need
to
make
like
not
skip
kept
through
well
and just
fed
see.
and happy.
Yeah, there is a first person, but
If your ship sinks, you'll
my
lose some
crew didn't give a
progress and
fuck.
respawn at the nearest discovery.
Also, you don't lose any progress. You just go back and pick up your shit that you dropped. That's it. And then you go back to a harbour and ask them to repair you to full, because your health bar's slightly cracked and you can't fully heal.
Higher your infamy, the more opportunities
Yep.
if you fail.
More
And much
opportunities.
more. You can undertake the hunt for
It's
amnesty,
pretty much expected that you work with
different
others.
HP, armor types, and take advantage.
Basically, the way I'm going to describe Skull and Bones in a couple words. It's basically a looter shooter fucking Destiny style game where they expect you to go into raids with multiple people. Except they replace people for boats. That's effectively what it is. I don't have much more to say regarding Skull and Bones. I don't know about you, Will, other than I'm beyond
I don't really
disappointed.
think there is anything to say, to be honest.
Yeah. So, with that, we'll move on. So, Batman Arkham Knight versus Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The player counts are currently compared by a user on Twitter called Vara Dark. She makes some videos on there. She's actually relatively okay, and her videos are quite amusing. Anyways, Batman the Arkham Knight, playing 30 minutes ago, 4,375. 24-hour peak, 4,375. All-time peak, 25,623. This is considering Arkham Knight did probably the worst out of all the Arkham Knight games, all the Arkham games. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, playing 30 minutes ago, 4,335. So the 30 minutes, within the 30 minutes, Arkham Knight was doing better. 24-hour peak, 4,678. It did better in 24 hours. All-time peak, 13,459. It got annihilated by Arkham Knight. There you go. That's what I wanted to say about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League getting obliterated. I feel happy. So shall we just look at some stupidity and hopefully cheer ourselves up a bit after seeing that catastrophic fail?
It's just annoying that they come out with this absolute crap about it's quadruple A, give it this massive price tag, and there's just not a game there.
Yeah. Honestly, I would be happier to pay $70 to go in to watch a film about the development of that game. I think it'd be more amusing.
I would love to know what has been going on for over 10 years.
Oh, same. I am very intrigued. 11 years of crap, man.
Honestly, like, what was the money spent on? Pizza parties?
$200 million of pizza parties.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
They worked every day for the last 11 years development, every single day, and every single day they got pizza ordered to feed everyone.
Wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Twitch star Kai Cenat smashes gaming setup after losing 240 grand to 21 Savage.
Yeah, you caught me off guard with that at the start. I want to know more.
Popular streamer Kai Cenat went on a rampage after losing a Madden NFL 24 game and $300,000 to rapper 21 Savage. Kai Cenat has solidified himself as one of the most popular streamers in the world since he started broadcasting himself on Twitch in 2021, while playing games and reacting to videos. That might sound easy enough, but along the way Cenat did a 7-day-long prison stream and was also arrested for inciting a riot during a PlayStation 5 giveaway in New York last year.
What?
I've never heard of this guy, but he just sounds mental. Which most likely only helped him gain more followers. I don't know why. Another one of his stunts has now gained attention on social media as he lost a game of Madden NFL 24 to rapper 21 Savage and a cool $300,000 or £235,000 on top. Cenat was ahead in the game early, but 21 Savage eventually took the lead.
Hang on, what game did they play?
Madden NFL 24.
Oh, okay.
American football, basically.
Yeah, I don't care about games like that.
Neither do I. Took the lead much to the frustration of the streamer. The game had just ended when Cenat suddenly started punching his gaming and streaming setup, including the monitors and camera, while 21 Savage was heard laughing in the background. This isn't the first time Cenat has demolished his setup, and his most recent outburst saw him thrash his desk after losing in Fortnite. His fans didn't hold back this time, commenting on his below-par gaming skills. The fact that setup that he's got is probably worth more than ours combined is the part that irritates the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
300k on Madden is crazy. Kai is really going to do really bad at gaming. How many more setups is he going to destroy? I didn't even finish watching. I knew 21 would win. Kai ain't that good of a gamer for as many followers as he has. 21 Savage posted a video of the aftermath where you can see 2 monitors hanging off the table and the camera on its side. Dear God. Will?
Fuck me.
This man needs, like, stopping permanently. I don't care about him in the slightest, but the damage he has caused, just damn.
Oh, there's there's it live, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Somehow it gets worse, though, as fellow Twitch streamer Your Rage backed Cenat to win, while XQC and Trainwrecks had 21 Savage to win. Losing £235,000 and denting your gaming reputation in one day is tough, although Cenat probably has a few spare monitors lying about.
Jesus Christ, man.
Fucking child. I don't even know what to say about that.
I think
Other
there is
than,
anything you can say. Like, if you get to the point of gaming, now I you know as well, right? I've had my fair share of rage when gaming.
Rust.
Fuck Russ. No, it's not nearly as bad as what it used to be, and you of all people know that.
Mm.
But if you get to the point where you're smashing a setup that costs thousands, and I mean thousands, given if he's a streamer that's placing that kind of bet in a game, you're definitely gonna have like top specs there, especially
Oh,
the
100%.
monitors. The monitors are probably like top tier. If you're getting to the point where you're doing that and you're smashing thousands of pounds worth of technology over a game, you just need to put the controller down. You need to just stop. There's no other word. Just stop. There's no
Yeah.
point.
Just pack it in, you
You'll
silly
do more
bastard.
damage to yourself, mentally and physically, by just stopping, or
Oh.
by if you don't stop. Sorry,
Too true.
it's just not worth it.
Not at all, not in the slightest. Disney's epic investment answers the should we be in gaming question. Gaming advertisers say the new question brands should ask is how will we go to market? I guess I've got to sign in. Okay. One moment. I'm switching our view to just us talking. So let's just talk shit for a few minutes.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So we have this absolute and utter crap that seems to be going off at the moment with Cenat. Then we've got what just happened with. I still can't believe the Skull and Bones crap. I've been playing it and I can't believe it.
It's been a disappointing week, man.
It has.
With the things that have been getting released, we shouldn't be seeing this quality of content, man.
It's disappointing, to put it lightly.
Without a doubt. I mean, we thought we were finally going to get past this. We've had some absolute brilliant releases. Whether or not we've liked the games that have released, the ones that have done well anyway, we can't deny that they've done brilliantly.
Oh yeah.
And whether or not we like them doesn't matter either, because they've brought like a new sense of accomplishment to the start of this year, given how last year went. And it's a great start.
Exactly. It's just, honestly, I'm baffled as it is that everything's just seeming to go to crap so often. And overall, it just doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
So someone needs to be fired, like, permanently.
I mean, let's not start with that. We've seen enough of that over the last 6
I'm on
months.
about the CEOs, okay? I'm on about the CEOs. There's a slight difference here.
I think it's been fairly obvious from the last 6 months that they're not willing to take a hit in that sense.
Right, that's why. Yeah, it's just it's been such a it's been a weird set of months, even from the beginning of last year, and even now.
We definitely
There's
saw a massive decline in quality and performance of
yeah,
games from the start of last year. Things sort of just started on a downhill and kept on rolling. And then the start of this year happened, January. Obviously, I'm sure there's still a few bits here and there that just weren't great, but there were still a few bits that were most of it, sorry, was really damn good. We
yeah.
saw a huge increase in just potential in general. Games were doing really good. Palworld kicked off. There's a few others that went really well, and things look like they were going to finally get better.
Yeah.
And now we've instantly fallen back down. Skull and Bones has just shown us that it's not over yet in terms of just poor quality, poor performance, and just lack of a game in general.
No, I fully agree with that. It's I really don't know how to feel about it.
Let's just hope
Oh,
this is a blip,
yeah.
The devs have been doing this for 11 years, so we can't count it as a this year release.
No,
It should have
exactly.
been a 5 year ago release at least.
So I've just tried signing up and getting into that website. I can't. They do require a paid membership, and I refuse to do that. So heck them.
What's this for?
That was for the Disney uh, question in gaming. I
Oh,
can't
right.
seem to access that, so I'm gonna have
To
to move
view the
over that.
question.
To view the article, I'd have to
Oh
pay,
my god.
and the membership's like £100 and something pound
My god.
monthly. So
Monthly. What?
yeah, I flat out refuse that.
What? There's something not right going on there.
I'm just gonna double check that I am right in what I just said.
That had to be for like a year subscription. There's
I,
no way.
I don't want to. £52 a month, £109 a month.
What?
You can
For
see right in
what?
front of you, can't you?
Yeah, but I don't want to believe it. For
No,
what
neither do
though?
I. You know what? I'm going to actually just switch back. You can see right there. So yeah, I'm not doing
You
that.
get nothing.
No, no. So yeah, heck that.
Not indeed, sir. Heck that indeed.
So
On
I guess
earth.
we'll just give our final thoughts and opinions on this bloody hellish week.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm glad the week is over, given this is what's transpired. And all I can hope for is next week is a million times better, and we get
It,
some actual content.
it's just got to be, hasn't it? Like in comparison to this, I picked up Palworld again this morning after playing Skull and Bones over those 3 days.
You needed to, honestly, after playing that, man.
It felt like a bloody relief in comparison.
Oh, in all honesty, on the last 3 days that you played that Skull and Bones, what did you actually do? Like, in summary, what did you actually get to do?
I killed a shark. I destroyed a lot of boats and sold any wares and plundered a place and crafted some cannons. That
Is
was
that it?
about it. That
That's
was about
about
it.
it. So you paid 60, £70 for a
Oh,
quote unquote
I
quadruple A
didn't
game.
pay anything.
Well, you understand what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
You would have to pay 60 to £70 for a supposed quadruple A game to kill a couple of sharks, blow up a few boats, which you don't even really get much satisfaction from because you don't really do much in terms of blowing it up. Like if you look at Sea of Thieves, sinking a boat is a lot more work because
Yeah.
obviously it's players you're fighting and not an AI. So like with AI,
Like
there's always a way to go about it where it's a lot easier. But even still, in Sea of Thieves, you have to actually do like a lot to accomplish that.
this is what I find funny, and the audience probably don't know this, but I do, so I get to bring this up. Will does not like Sea of Thieves,
No,
but
I think it's very boring for me.
if he looks at Skull and Bones in comparison to Sea of Thieves, I'm sure he would massively prefer to play one over the other.
Yeah, I mean, I can't deny it. Like, as if I don't like a game, and this goes for anybody, if you don't like a game or if you genuinely hate the game for certain mechanics or just how the game is, the things you do, you can't deny whether or not it's a good game.
Yeah,
Because that either is or isn't. It's not decided by you. It's decided by the game's performance. And I don't mean frame rise.
yeah. It's if the player base that sticks with it is still going to be around. If you manage that successfully and they all say, yeah, I enjoy it, your opinion on, oh, it's a shit game because I said so, doesn't hold weight. The actual community still being there or actually providing consistently and going, we'd actually really enjoy this game. We'd like to see a bit more, but it's doing amazing for us. That's what matters. It's the
And it's
community
not,
that's there that matters.
yeah, it's not a case of your opinion doesn't matter. It's a case of your opinion put against the opinion of everyone else who plays this game or has played this game is what matters.
Yeah.
And the overall decision between how everyone feels about it. If the majority of people, such as Steam reviews, is a easy way to take a quick look.
Oh, it's the best thing.
If majority of opinions are this game is good or they rate it well, then more than likely it's going to be a pretty good game.
Yeah. I mean, Sea of Thieves is actually on Steam, so
yeah.
Let's
it's
take
not
a quick look.
guaranteed that you'll like a game. If you see a game that's got 98% positive reviews, it's not guaranteed you're going to like it.
Oh, of course not.
Well, there's a fairly good chance it's a well-made game. It does what it's supposed to do, and there's a good chance that you'll enjoy it if it's the kind of game that you like.
Yeah. I mean, Sea of Thieves, 90% positive out of 271,355 user reviews. It's not my most, let's say, enjoyed. I've definitely played better, personally, but that's me. There are others that sit and play this religiously and absolutely love and adore it. There are parts to the game that I think are really enjoyable, but for me personally, it doesn't fully track. That's just me, though. But as a game, I cannot say that it is a bad one. It does hold up.
Yeah.
Fun
And
pirate
you
game.
can tell you can just tell that from the player base. They consider the amount of players it's had, the amount of sales it's had, and the reviews that it will now be available to see on Steam. Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just sort of a given.
I mean, I'll read to you one comment here from a friend of mine. Shot a man out of a cannon, and in proximity chat, all I could hear is the N-word slowly fading out into the distance, and I never saw him again.
Oh dear.
Welcome to gaming.
Yeah.
But also, Skull and Bones want to prevent times like this.
Well, you certainly can't shoot a man out of a cannon, that's for sure.
I know.
They missed out there.
I farmed for 4 hours and some screaming pirates stole all of it and called me bad. It's just... Yeah. If you compared these two games, they're like night and day. One of them actually holds up. The other will die a very painful death.
Didn't know that about night and day.
Well, I mean, the other thing I'd like to just double check. I actually can't check it on the Ubisoft Connect thing, so I don't know why I was trying to launch that. But if I go to Ubisoft and go to their store page, I am relatively certain that they have sold another game for $70. Oh no, they haven't. I thought Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, was actually $70. Turns out it's only $60. But I know on, I think it's PlayStation, it's $70.
Really?
Let me just check that.
Yeah, in fairness, that's probably, PlayStation being PlayStation and wanting more money, so they charge more.
Yeah, from what I know, it's basically because on... Actually, this is an interesting point to make. Avatar and stuff like that, any game that goes to like Xbox and PlayStation, companies like Ubisoft typically charge like £10 more because it then gives PlayStation that extra 10, and then Ubisoft get to keep 10 extra that they would usually get charged by PlayStation or Xbox for hosting it. Same with Steam and others. So Skull and Bones, though, would be the first game on PC on their own storefront where they don't have to pay this extra 10% to be charged at $70.
Well, unfortunately, though, from them doing this price means that's another big named company that's now going to charge the higher price tag for games, and that worries me that future games are going to more often have that price tag now.
Or, as I've just found out, in actuality, you can get Skull and Bones Standard Edition on Ubisoft Store for £50, which makes more sense. And if you want to get the Premium Edition, it's £75.
Do you reckon they just already dropped the price from?
I've got a slight feeling, yes.
I would fully believe it, and to be quite frankly honest, I wouldn't want to pay to play this game full stop. I wouldn't want to play this game for free. Just from the small things we see, unless there is something crazy that happens on release that they were toying with us, and here's the actual game.
Yeah, turns out it's just two different games.
Yeah, which is definitely not going to be the case. I can't see this game doing well at all.
No, neither can I. I think it's honestly going to crash and burn within the beginning.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is upsetting to see. It's not what I want to see, especially from a big name developer like Ubisoft.
No, exactly.
But unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that.
No, exactly. That's our thoughts on Skull and Bones. In regards to the Twitch streamer, just grow up.
Just stop playing games, man.
Yeah, just grow up and pack it in.
From the edge he looks, I don't think there's any change in that. You need to find a new hobby. Exactly.
That's all I've really got to say regarding him. There's not much to really add to that one. In regards to Palworld, well done on your continued success.
Keep it going, man. Honestly, that's crazy.
I had heard they're apparently looking to invest this money back into the company and hire more staff.
Yeah,
they're wanting to hire more qualified people. That way they're going to be able to, one, teach their current staff more, which will expand their knowledge and help them in the future. And two, it will bring more development and better quality to the game. So that's amazing news. But yeah.
Can we take a quick look at Palworld's price tag?
Sure, we can do that. Palworld is currently sat at £25.
So half the price of the current price, we'll say, of Skull and Bones.
Yes.
And there is a hell of a lot more game. The tutorial of that game probably is more game than that entire game of Skull and Bones.
100%. And it's a third of the price of the original decision. Well, nearly a third.
Absurd.
And what makes this even better, if you actually just wanted to play this game and you didn't have even £25, just go on to Game Pass. It's on there. You can sit and play this. Yeah. And just get some brownings for your sheep. That is all I've got to say.
Like at the end of the episode here, it's a thumbs up for Palworld and a thumbs down for Skull and Bones.
A massive thumbs down.
Yeah.
What's gonna win? 10 indie developers who have little to no clue on how to make a game to start with, or a multi-billion-dollar company? The little boy Palworld wins this round.
Well, you know what? You got to give them massive props, and you've also got to say you got to start somewhere, and they've had a hell of a start.
Oh, they have.
And they're definitely going to be another company that you and I are going to keep our eyes on and see what they come out with next.
Guaranteed, mate. And it's good to know. I've just learned Will sounds a bit like a sports commentator.
What?
Well, they did well in the first half.
Alright, wise guy.
Anyways, unless there's anything else you'd like to add, Will, we can end it here.
Nothing I can think of, sir.
No problem at all. Well, thank you all for watching and your continued support. It is shown in the last 2 episodes, and we're very thankful for all the support with that. If you have anything that you think would like to be improved, or that you think just maybe a few tweaks here and there, feel free to leave a comment. We'd be happy to address those. And if there's anything you'd like us to address or look into, please feel free to let us know. Other than that, if you've enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And we'll be sure to see you all in the next one. Bye for now, guys.
Have a good one, guys. See you again.